Hi, I'm Phyllis, southernfrugal.com. This afternoon I wanted to do a little update on the RV and what's been done so far. One of the things that we did really this morning was we were able to put up the curtains and the curtain rods. And you can see behind me, this is the curtain that goes around the windshield, which will really only be used probably at night, I'm thinking, or when it's too sunny outside. But anyway, what I did was I ordered the curtains from Walmart and online, and I ordered 6 panels. And then I cut the panels in 2 so I'd have enough for these side windows too. And mostly they'll stay open, but they kind of give a little finished look, I think, to the RV. Anyway, these curtains back here are on each side. They're 3 panels sewn together, and then I made the pleats. Now I couldn't make the little double pleat that you see in drapes, and the reason I couldn't is because my machine it was so thick I couldn't get the machine pressure foot up high enough to even get it under there, much less sew them. And let me see if I can turn it up. Now I do have another little panel that's going to go right, you see right there where you can see the light a little bit? There's a little panel that goes in there which I'm going to cover with some of the white vinyl that I took off from the seat covers that are on, was on these 2 front seats. The person before us had a cat and they were kind of all scratched up. But I was able to get enough out of them that I can actually make the covers go on those little pieces of wood that are little trim sections that go on either side of the RV, and it kind of hides where the top of the curtains are rolling on that little rail kind of thing. Anyway, so what I want to do is share with you this past week. Now, I have not made a cooking video in who knows when. I don't even know. But this week I had to do a lot of stuff, and one of the things was I had to find curtain rods. And if I had it to do all over again, I would have ordered them online, and I would have already had them and not had a problem, but I didn't do that. So I wasn't going to pay $20-some for a curtain rod. I'm just not going to do that, not for the RV. And so I decided to look. I ended up going to 7 different stores. Count them. 7 different stores. And it took me 3/4 of the day. And what I finally ended up doing was at a little place called, I don't know if y'all have them in your area, Family Dollar. And I was able to find these 2 curtain rods that are on the 2 biggest windows. And then, of course, they didn't have but 2. I think they were discontinuing them. I got them for $6 each. I was so thrilled. And then the little curtain rods that are on these little side windows of the slide out cost $2, y'all. So, and I think they look like they go okay. And so anyway, what I'm trying to tell you in a roundabout way is I roughly spent $130 to have curtains at 1, 2, 3, 4 windows and the whole section around the windshield. Now, each section is 150 inches. So I ended up, the curtains I ordered were Better Homes and Garden. They are lined. And I used the bottom half of them by sewing the 3 panels together, 1 for each side. And now you can see the seam where I sewed them together, but still, you know, to me it looks okay. I think they look neat. And they look a whole bunch better than the blue curtains that were up there. And I'm sure those blue velvet curtains were, velveteen, I think is what they call that, were the original curtains. Because, I mean, you just can't find curtains this short to go 150 inches on each side, so it's really roughly 300 inches. And so unless you get someone to make them or pay a huge price for them. So anyway, the curtains are lined, and I'm very happy with that. Now I'm going to show y'all in a minute. The curtains I've got at the windows are all the way at the edge, so the maximum amount of light comes in. But there is enough curtain there that they can be completely closed too, but we'll, I'm sure, most always keep them open. So anyway, that really took the whole week, y'all, the whole week, because it took a full day and half of another day to make all these curtains. And I didn't have to make the grommets because they already had the grommet top on them, but I did have to hem them and do all the measuring and everything. Now the curtains are short because, first of all, 2 recliners will be sitting in front of these windows, the first windows, and the second windows, the other seats for the dinette will be sitting in front of those. So I wanted to try to make the best of the curtain and get my money's worth out of them. But if I had gotten the curtains and let them be all the way to the floor, it would have cost me $240 instead of $120 for the curtains. And then the curtain rods were, I think 6, 12, so $135 total. So anyway, I'm pretty happy with them. Mr. Bucky really liked them too. And when I took the blue curtains out, I think I'd mentioned this before, I smelled of the curtains to see if they had that odor about them, somebody sprayed something, okay? And so I still didn't really smell it. So I'd taken the curtains down to use as a template to make the curtains I've now got up there. And so I just put them in the dining room. I had my sewing machine in there and everything. And so I just put them in the dining room, and a day passed, and I went back in there to work on the curtains, and the whole dining room smelled that same smell that was in here. So someone had also sprayed all the curtains too. So anyway, now you don't really notice that smell really at all in here. And I'm very happy. In fact, it smells new in here now, and I'm so happy. I am so happy. So anyway, let me show you the curtains. Hold on. All right, so there are the curtains in front, and here are the curtains on the side. Now I'm filming into the light so they don't show up very good. Now the slide out is in, so that's why it looks dark behind these. So on these ends, I just used one panel because these were only 25 inches. Now see that little place up there where the wires are? That's a little box that goes up there, and it has to be cut off about a 1/16 of an inch. So Mr. Bucky's working on that so we can put that back up there to cover those up. And there are the curtain rods. These are just the cheap $2 little rods in black. And then there are the ones that I paid $6 for instead of as much as $20 these kind of curtain rods cost now. It's terrible. And here are the ones on the other end. And then here are the ones in the front. Now the little trim piece that I was telling you about goes right up here, and you can see you've got one right there. Yeah. And there's the seam, and then there's a seam right there too. But mostly these curtains will be back anyway, and they are lined, so that's going to help keep the sun out. Really, when we're not in here, I would think if we were in here somewhere, we would be, have the windows open, have the blinds open. Here's another view. Forgive the mess because we are doing a lot of work in here. So again, the recliners are going to be in front of this. And then those other chairs that I showed y'all earlier, one will be right here in front of that curtain, and one will be here. Now what I've done is I put a little masking tape right on each corner there, just till they get acclimated, and so they hang right. There they are again. Now you can see better, I think. Yeah. All right, y'all. So I am done with that. Now, I want to, now we didn't get a curtain for this one and this window here, and the reason is because we're going to put the TV, I'm going to hook it right here, and it will come out over right in front of the window, so we didn't want to put a curtain there. Now, here are the seats without the covers on them. Now, some covers came, when we purchased this, there were covers on these seats, and the cat had done all kinds of scratching on them. And here's the driver's side, and you can see it's all cracked. But the cat did not scratch these. Apparently they had the cover on them the whole time. But they're so old, and you can tell the son's probably done a lot of that. But anyway, I went ahead and ordered, let me turn this around. I went ahead and ordered from Angelus leather paint, because the seats, they're vinyl all the way around, and the vinyl looks great. But that part that's, let me show you so I can demonstrate what I'm talking about here. Oops, wait a minute. There, sorry, I hit the wrong button there. Anyway, this part right here and all the way down, and this part, just the seat and back, are actual real leather on both seats. And this one has got a couple of little slits in it there and right there. But now I can fix that with that repair kit I've got. But I did order the leather paint, and I'm going to go ahead and put the paint on both of these. You have to do a lot of cleaning, and I'm going to sand it a little bit with a 220 sandpaper just to rough up the surface, and then you have to clean it with alcohol, and then you have to put multiple coats on it. So I got 2 bottles of 4 ounces each, so that should definitely be enough. But anyway, the vinyl on these seats looks really good. I haven't really cleaned it yet. Like in this place right here, somebody had tape on it. I'm not sure why. And I've just got that goobie on. I'm going to get that off. And there was some on the other arm, right in there. I don't know why that was there, but you can feel it sticky right there. Anyway, that goobie gone will take that right off. And so here's the other thing. These 2 chairs, we've got 2 chairs like this that Mr. Bucky bought. That's my sweatshirt. That Mr. Bucky bought 2 years ago at the end of the season. He got them for $5. I've got little cushions that will fit perfectly in there, and we can put these 2 seats, there's my tea down there, I have to have my tea with me, 2 seats right there, which really surprised us that we could do that, and then we can also use those seats outside. Now, I think I'm going to do a video on the other seat, because Mr. Bucky's headed out in the garden working this week, and but I want to show you how I clean them. And I mean, I've got something I spray on these chairs and gets the mildew just off in the snap of a finger. It's just amazing. So anyway, y'all, that's it. How'd you like the ceiling? Oh, let me tell you one other thing while we're at it. So, there was a place, oh sorry, y'all are too close. There was a place above the stove, actually above the microwave, on the headliner, which is what I think you call this stuff on the roof. To me, it's like upside down carpet. That's what it's like to me. But anyway, I knew that it was most likely grease coming from the fan of the microwave, people cooking stuff in there, and it would look like a grease stain to me. And so I thought, well, let me just see if I can get that off. And it came off all right. It did. I used a little bit of Mr. Clean, maybe a tablespoon of Mr. Clean and about a half a cup of water, and just wet a washcloth. And I don't know if I'm going to show y'all. I don't know if it'll show up on the camera or not, but you can definitely see I got it off. So it's right up there. Can y'all see the little mark there? So that tells me the headliner is dirty also. Not dirty that you can see, but dirty. All right, let's go back to the bedroom and I'll show you the other I'm talking about. Sorry, the pollen gets to me out here. All right, so in the back here, we of course have got a diesel pusher, and this bed is of course above the diesel engine. And so look at what you get. And these are where the little bitty crack where the two pieces, I'm sure, of plywood come together. And over the years, I guess traveling down the road or whatever, you get that. Now, see, there's another one. Now, I tried the OxyClean. That definitely did not work. But I tried the Top Job, and it got a lot of that off. Not Top Job, excuse me, Mr. Clean. And it definitely got more of it off. So I'm going to, all I did was use a washcloth to do it and scrub it. So that's what I'll be doing. And with that one over there, and this one right here. So yeah, this traveling down the road, I mean, you're just going to get that from the engine probably. I don't know. I'm sure that other people have had the same problem with the headliners probably. So I haven't done one thing in the bathroom. Nothing, okay? So it's still got that same wallpaper on it, but I only have to paint that wall and that wall. See? I mean, I can do that in like 30 minutes, but I'd probably have to put 2 coats for sure. And one over there. Yeah, I just haven't gotten to that yet. So anyway, this is what it looks like. And again, we are going to definitely use these chairs, and they will actually be our outside chairs when we go somewhere. And then if we had company, like for instance, the grandchildren coming, and we would have enough with these 2 chairs, the one I'm sitting in right now. First of all, you can turn the passenger and the driver's seat around. So that's 2. Use these 2 chairs, that's 4. The 2 recliners, that's 6. And the 2 chairs at the table, that's 8. So we could actually seat 8 people in here quite comfortably, really. We can only seat 2, but we can seat 8. So anyway, all right, y'all, I'm going to go now. Sorry I haven't posted any cooking videos. Just the whole week has been to do with the curtains, the curtain rods, and, you know, getting everything straight. So anyway, all right, y'all, we will see y'all next time. Bye for now.